If you're watching on the web, we hope you've had a wonderful day. We've been covering everything since 8:30 this morning, right the way through to the end, and this is the last final shout of the day, and it is the Pastoral Group, which is just about, the dogs are just about to come into the ring. So the judge is about to be introduced to the audience here in the main ring.
Today's judge is one of the United Kingdom's most respected and popular all-round judges, who began judging in 1969. He's now approved to award CCs in over 80 breeds across 6 groups, as well as best in show at championship show level. Indeed, today's judge is no stranger to the group ring here at Crufts, as he's already judged a working group, utility group, and toy group. And at the 100th Crufts Dog Show in 2003, he judged Best in Show. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please give a warm Crufts welcome to Mr. Lacan Wah.
Well, as you heard there, Albert has a fantastic pedigree out here on the green carpet in the Crufts Group ring. I'm sure very much looking forward to judging his Pastoral Group. Anne MacDonald making her way back to her seat on the red carpet.
So we're now ready for the dogs to enter the ring for the Pastoral Group.
And here come the animals that are going to round off the day here when we find the winner of the Pastoral Group. This is the Anatolian Shepherd Dog.
Followed by the solid little powerhouse, the Australian Cattle Dog.
And also from the Antipodes, an Australian Shepherd Dog.
The flowing coat of the Bearded Collie.
Then the first of the Belgian Shepherd Dogs. This is the Groenendaal.
And the lovely Lacan Wah.
And the Malinois.
And finally, that gorgeous coat, the Tervuren.
They'll be followed by the Border Collie.
Huge round of applause, one of our most popular pastoral dogs. And the Briard.
The Rough Collie now. And the Smooth Collie.
It's one of my favourites in the group, the Smooth Collie. Lovely dogs. The Estrellamountain Dog.
The Finnish Lapland now.
The German Shepherd Dog.
And the German Shepherd Dog. What a popular winner this is.
And now one of the stranger shapes we see, the Hungarian Goulash. It's not a strange shape, it's just a strange coat. And another strange coat with the Commodore.
The little Lancashire Heeler. I might be a small dog, but I'm a jolly big personality.
The Maremma Sheepdog.
The Maremma Sheepdog. Nice pause there, allowing it to come in because the little Lancashire Heeler's not got out of the way yet.
The Norwegian Boo Hunt.
The old English Sheepdog here. Oh my word, look at that. Spectacular.
The little Polish Lowland.
The Pyrenean Mountain Dog next.
And the little Pyrenean Sheepdog.
the very distinctive Samoyed.
And the little Sheltie.
The Swedish Valhund. No, I'm not a Corgi.
But bringing up the rear, we do have the Corgis. First, the Cardigan.
And lastly, the Pembroke Corgi coming in, rounding off the group. What a lovely group again.
I now hand you over to my colleague, Mr. Graham Hill, for further commentary. Thank you, Keith. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen.
So you join us for the Pastoral Group. Albert White judging. He's judged 3 groups at Crufts previously, so no stranger to this big ring. Sheltie's his main breed, but an immensely knowledgeable judge who judges all around the country all year long and is greatly respected.
He's never forgiven me for calling him Albert Wright.
Well, don't do it again, then.
I shan't.
You'll be in trouble.
Never forgave me.
Taking his first look at the Pastoral Best of Breed winners from Crufts 2012. His first opportunity to see what he's got to get his hands on.
So the first of the Pastoral Group Best of Breed winners for our judge, Albert White, to look at is the Anatolian Shepherd Dog. Terry Monroe is our judge of Anatolians, and from his entry of 18, Terry chose the dog.
This is the Anatolian Shepherd Dog. Albert White giving it a good look over here. It's called Acklil. It's a 4-year-old dog owned by Pat Broadhead from Wrexham, handled by Shell Broadhead. The Anatolian Shepherd Dog, tall dog, Mastiff type. Tough, long-lived, thick coat, isn't difficult to keep clean. It's relatively short and thick. Very agile for his size. Breed that requires sensible exercise.
We have an international mix here. This is an Australian cattle dog that lives in Italy, bred by Flora McCowan, handled by Francesca Vassanella, and owned by Delusan and Bianchetti. Smooth double coat there, Albert's getting his hands on, very weather resistant. This, of course, a dog that's a cattle herder, needs to be able to work in all weathers. Broad skull, prick ears, give them a very intelligent expression. Body outlines just off square. This is a strong, powerful little dog that can work all day long. Good brush on that tail, carried with a slight curve, never high.
Paparazzi here is a 2-year-old dog owned by Maria Victoria Patzold. They've come from Germany, handled by Maria in the ring. Lots of CCs because it's an international champion. The Shepherd dog does not originate from Australia at all. In fact, it comes from America originally. Basque Shepherd dogs, which were emigrated to Australia in the latter part of the 19th century. The Basques took dogs of this type with them. Powerful dog, intelligent mind, can do obedience, agility and tracking, as well as working on a farm or ranch. High energy levels in these Australian Shepherds. That's Paparazzi.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Australian Shepherd Best of Breed winning dog, 12981. There was a significant entry of 322 dogs, making 300
Bred by Nick and Angela May, who also own this dog, handled by Nick in the ring. This is the bearded collie. Beautiful expression there, an intelligent pastoral dog, designed to work the hills, maybe not in quite as full a coat as that, but I've seen beardies out on the hills working, and they are strong, enduring, intelligent animals. A broad skull you can see there, the muzzle strong, eyes wide set, giving them that lovely expression. And that coat, it's double. There's a soft undercoat and a flat, harsh, shaggy top coat, shown so well on the move there. Lovely level top line, low slung curving tail, big strong bones and feet.
The bearded collie, 13224. Now we come to the first of the Belgian Shepherd dogs, the Corona.
Now this Groenendael Belgian Shepherd dog is called Zidane. Must be football fans, I think. 2.5 years old, this dog, owned by Paul, Jean and Kelly Lawless from Kildare in Ireland. Owner bred, 10 cc's. Belgian Shepherd dogs come in 4 varieties, this of course being one of them. As far as the physical characteristics are concerned, the standards are identical except for the coat, which varies in both colour, texture and length. These dogs date back to the Middle Ages. They have a nice, somewhat laconic gait. Brisk, free and even, doesn't really explain it all. Very good at agility.
Ladies and gentlemen, 13382, the Groenendael. The Lacan Wah. Marcel King.
The second of the varieties, this the Lacan Wah, with that harsh, wiry, almost dry coat. This one's come from Holland to compete, bred by Jacqueline Humans, owned and handled by Miranda Humans. Very much the shepherd, deep-chested, strong body, lovely, intelligent expression and face with those prick ears and that very particular coat. A strong mover always, expected to run the flocks and herds and be able to go all day. The name of the Lacan Wah comes from the Chateau du Lacan, royal residence of Queen Marie Henriette, who favoured this variety above all others.
The Lacan Wah, 13435.
And this is the Malinois. This dog will be 3 next month. It's called Spirit, owned by Paul and Deb Lloyd. They come from Bovington and the West Midlands, not far from here actually. The Malinois, the 3rd variety of the Belgian Shepherd dog, takes its name from Malines, possessed of a short, firm textured coat. It can be red, fawn or grey with this black overlay. This is the red version. Again, similar laconic sort of gait, quite brisk in movement, ears held back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Malinois, 13458.
Now, long, straight and abundant coat gives it away straight away as the Tervuren, one of the longest coated of the Belgian Shepherd dogs. This one also come to compete from the Netherlands, bred by Wilhelmine van Dale, owned by Jeanette and Burbus Mublers, and handled by Lydia Mublers in the ring. Feeling for chest and heart room, and Albert getting his hands into the coat there. Beautiful black mask, that long wedge head with the very characteristic ears. Intelligent expression from those lovely dark eyes. And these dogs are athletes, real workers, used in all sorts of canine disciplines. And apparently great people to live with too.
Here we see the dog, 13525,
So here we have the Border Collie. This is 5-year-old Sylvester, owned by Gary and Marina Clark and Phil and Tiffany Wheatley. Gary Clark handling in the ring there. 26 cc's this one has won, and it's an incredibly popular breed. There were 413 of them here today. Originally used for working sheep in the hills and mountains, mainly in the border counties of England, Scotland and Wales. Wonderful at agility, wonderful at obedience, needs a lot of exercise. Capable of thinking for themselves, you know, they're often used in mountain rescue work. Makes a great tracker, can also be used as a sniffer dog. Very versatile, one of the most popular breeds in the country.
Bred by Valerie Denico and owned in partnership with Max and Storm Jones. Max handling in the ring this evening. This is the Briard. They originated from the province of Brie in France. It's a large dog, yet agile and swift on his feet on the move. That head, 2 equal rectangles, ears quite high set there, working under all that hair. The coat, characteristic of course, long, can have a slight wave, you can just see there on the legs and feet. Big feet, powerful legs. This is a fawn with lovely black shading on the ears, muzzle. And we should have a nice level top line on the move, powerful strides in profile, parallel in front and behind. Tail carried nice and low there, you don't ever want it raised high. A little bit more of a move there, obviously couldn't see it. Probably slight slope to the croup there, you can see just nicely the back end of the dog into the curve of the tail.
Very distinguished looking rough collie. This is Otis, 5-year-old dog, owned by Noel and Christine Collins, come from Bridgend in Mid Glamorgan, bred by Joe Hodges. 6 cc's, this is one. The rough collie is exactly the same in standard as the smooth collie, except the coat length. The rough collie there, Albert White just getting his hands on there in the end, but didn't spend a lot of time on that dog, I didn't think.
And we move on to the smooth collie. This one's come all the way from Finland. Tula Tikkanen bred this bitch, handled by Bev White, owned by Tula and Katri Leikola. That characteristic head, so beautiful, such a wonderful expression. It's like a well-blunted, clean wedge with those active ears, high set on top. They're such gentle-looking dogs. Easy, free-striding movement, light and effortless. This dog keeping a careful eye on everything that's going on around it, typically collie. Lovely dense sable coat.
This is the this is the Estrellamountain dog, Menna. She's 6 years old, owned by Camille Pentland and Marcia Dovey, come from Blackwood in Gwent, Wales. The Estrellamountain range is in the central part of Portugal, and in relation to flock guarding, obviously, is why these dogs can be found working there. It's a sturdy, well-built dog, generous in size, I think it says in his breed standard. Very trainable, a loud voice, which you can use quite regularly. A prodigious jumper, needs to be confined. Small dedicated following for this breed, in this country.
Typical Spitz-type dog this, the Finnish Lapland, bred, owned and handled by Liz Mowat from Surrey. Cisco is almost 8 years old, so another veteran. Albert feeling the nice deep chest. This might be a small dog, but it's a powerful animal. Double coat, long, coarse outer coat and soft, dense undercoat, and that lovely head described in the breed standard as strong-featured. Lovely expression and those little prick ears. You can see the ruff round the neck coming towards you, and lovely balanced stride there, plenty of reach in front, drive from behind. Nice free movement, and that lovely tail curled over the back.
Ladies and gentlemen, 142, the Finnish Lapland.
The little Finnish Lapland.
Five-year-old German Shepherd dog, Rico, owned by John Cullen, handled for him by Stephen Cox. John Cullen from Weymouth in Dorset, probably 12 cc's, not quite sure, so we've losing count there. The German Shepherd, arguably the most popular breed worldwide. Breed as we know it today, founded at the very end of the 1800s by a German cavalry captain, Max von Stephanitz. He's been credited with its development. In spite of the thick double coat, not a difficult dog to keep groomed, provided the owner's quite determined and vigorous in doing so. Very popular with the crowd here, highly intelligent dog. Needs to be kept occupied so that it doesn't become bored. Nicely alert there, its head.
And we move to the table here with the Hungarian Puli. In case you're wondering, the Hungarian Goulash, the owner was not able to stay and take their place in the group tonight, so that one's not present. This, the Puli, bred by Jasper Raven. They've come from Sweden, owned by Marianne Niemann and Stefan Ernston. Instantly recognizable with that incredible coat. It's corded from a young age, extremely weather resistant, covers the entire body. And the length and thickness and nature of the cords, very important in judging this breed. It's a sturdy, muscular little dog, relatively fine bone, making him nimble and agile on the move. And you'll see those cords kicking up behind as the drive comes from those hind legs. Lovely level top line kept on the move there, and cords falling like an umbrella over the dog's head.
And more cords here on the Commodore. This is Dory, a 2-year-old bitch. Lisa and Carl Cowley own this in Tamworth, handled by Lisa Cowley, and Julie Branch is the breeder. This is a dog which hails from Hungary, a guarding dog, naturally. A dog seriously never to be trifled with. He'll take care of anything or any place he's been taught to regard as his charge, and he'll do it to the best of his ability. A big chap to argue with. Actually, this is a big girl, of course. This is a bitch. It's not a dog demanding a great deal of food, surprisingly, for his size. Has an easygoing attitude to exercise, but that coat needs a lot of care. Anyone thinking to acquire such a dog, examine it carefully and closely before doing so. But looking fine there.
And there we have the little Lancashire heeler. Fox Time Eliza, of course, this kennel famous for breeding Lancashire heelers over many years of great quality. Bred, owned and handled by Enid Lord. This is a little veteran, 7.5 years old. flat skull there, you can see between those ears, relatively wide set. They have the most delightful personalities, these little dogs. Body's a little longer than tall, nice, well-sprung rib cage, active little mover, very harsh, weather-resistant double coat, short, thick and hard on the top. Fantastic tail, full of attitude, always carried cranked up at the back like that. Smart, brisk gait as we take a little trot round the ring there. Their personality really shines through, doesn't it?
The Lancashire Heeler best of breed on 4720.
The little Lancashire Heeler.
And we come to something somewhat larger here, the Maremma Sheepdog, and much older. This is 10 years old, a real veteran, this dog, Nano, owned by Anna Albrigo from Italy. Don't say where on her little note she's given me of where, and she bred this as well. Still used to guard the flocks in the plains of Maremma. A majestic, really large dog with thick white weatherproof coat, agile, muscular, strongly built, a real preference for being outside. Very intelligent, highly developed guarding instinct. The Maremma Sheepdog.
This little dog's typical Spitz type, foxy face, pricked ears, and that curled tail over the back. Bred by Sue Sercombe, owned by Yvonne King, and handled in the ring by Jackie Sercombe this evening, the Norwegian Boo Hunt. Light and compact, this little dog, but nonetheless with a deep chest you can see there, nice straight level back, and a bit of a tuck up. Should be strongly muscled, which was what Albert was feeling there. It's a double coat, again, with an outer coat that's quite smooth, close, but harsh to the touch, and a softer undercoat. Strong bone despite its size, and that typical Spitz face coming towards you. Happy little dog, originally a sheep herder and a guard, so a big personality for its size.
Our old English sheepdog ain't English at all. He's called Jimmy, but he comes all the way from Hungary with owner Joseph Koroknai. The handler in the ring, though, is Soltano. Over 50 groups this has won in Europe, and 12 best in shows in Europe as well. The old English sheepdog is registeredly listed as British, but it is thought to be a European breed originally. They are quite boisterous, these big dogs. The coat, distinctive, weather resistant, but you need a lot of time and patience to groom that. Basically a country dog, intelligent, friendly. Has a wonderful bark, certainly frighten off any intruder. Now, of course, regarded as a native British breed, sometimes called a bobtail. Strong and compact.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the old English sheepdog.
They require a fair amount of exercise. Nice little, slightly rolling gait at the back end there.
Oblong has a string of titles as long as my left arm, and he's come here this evening to compete from Germany. Bred by Barbara Bruns and Wolfgang Stamp, who also own him. He's handled by Clara Wastjo in the ring this evening. Polish Lowland Sheepdogs, not unlike the bearded collie in type, you can see there, but a much smaller dog. Shaggy coated, the coat covering the whole body in a long, dense, harsh covering, thick, soft undercoat to protect against the weather, and all colours are acceptable. This one a lovely grey and white. The breed standard says they're inclined to amble, but there's no ambling here. That's a beautiful parallel stride. Quite a broad head you can see coming towards you. Lovely intelligent expression. Nice level top line on the move.
Shane here is almost 4 years old. Emma Downs handling in the ring, and the owner. They come from Brixham in Devon. First CC today. The breed comes from the Pyrenean mountain range in France, where he's known as the Grand Pyrénées. Guarded flocks in France for centuries. It's generally thought that these dogs should all be all white, but they're mainly white, but they do have sort of markings which are called badger markings, which can be wolf grey or pale yellow too. But that black nose and those eyes make a nice contrast with the colour of the coat. It's a thick coat, double coat, needs thoroughly grooming at least once a week. Short walk in town will do him. He's not fussed about a lot of exercise, as a lot of these very big breeds are not. Substantial, impressive looking dog, hardy and healthy.
Cortex was imported from France by Patricia Phillips and Caroline Williams, who own him. He's handled in the ring tonight by his breeder, Norbert Gansche. He's had 12 best of breeds. Lovely, intelligent expression there. The head's like a little triangle, isn't it? Expressive, almond-shaped eyes, ears working all the time. It's a lean body for a proper little shepherd dog. Strong, nice long rib cage, all the length of the dog in the ribs. But a good depth of brisket, strong legs. And this one with a long coat that can be a little shorter in some, and all colours are accepted. They come in the most wonderful range of colours, little Pyrenean Sheepdog. Delightful expression.
Well, Val here is just 3 years old. It's a dog, not a bitch, owned by Pedro Brito and Claudia Lucas. They live in Lisbon in Portugal. Pedro is the breeder. 1cc this one has. Truly the canine equivalent, if you see his head, of the laughing cavalier. Just look at the face. He beams to all and sundry with that smile. It really does seem to smile from ear to ear. His Arctic ancestry as a working dog has decreed that the Samoyed should have flat feet and a deal of hair between the toes and under the soles. They act as sort of snowshoes, preventing snowballing up between the toes, as happens in many breeds. I'm sure you've noticed in the winter here with your own dogs at home. Thick, luxuriant coat, relatively obedient. The Samoyed looks on the world as something to be enjoyed to the full.
The best recruitment in Samoyed, 15086. 346 was the entry for the Shepherd Sheep.
Debbie Pearson owned, bred and is handling this little Sheltie, Albert White's breed, of course, so he'll be putting very knowledgeable hands on that beautiful head, lovely lustrous coat. It's a little bit like the Shetland pony, the Shetland Sheepdog's miniaturized, but nonetheless, this is a little sheep herder capable of a good day's work. So you need a strong body under all that coat, but the refinement of a smaller specimen, lovely refined head. We're looking for lithe, smooth and graceful movement, and we're not disappointed, are we? That harsh top coat, soft undercoat, flowing and in beautiful condition in the group ring this evening. Happy disposition and a nice performance from this little blue merle Sheltie.
15435, the best of breed winning
Thor here is 8 years old, and he's owned by Karen and James Gilliland from County Down in Northern Ireland. Karen handling in the ring there. The Swedish Valhund may look like an unusually collared Welsh Corgi, but it's nothing of the sort. It's also called the Swedish Cattle Dog, identifying both his purpose and the country of origin. He's active, a good guard from the point of view of giving warning of an approaching stranger, but they have a friendly, nice little disposition and will take on all the exercise that you want to give them. The coat is harsh, close-fitting, easy to keep clean and wholesome. And you get a real impression of power in a quite small frame. And that's a lovely head there. Lovely shape, lovely expression. And moving very well. Nice level back, breaking into a little trot there. But nicely there, that nice level, even movement.
The first of the Corgis is the Cardigan Corgi. Kim Wilson's entry was 86 Cardigans, and she chose the dog 15679, the best of breed.
Owned by Idris Jones, Alan Taylor and Kevin Dover, who also bred this dog. He's handled by Kevin in the ring tonight. The Cardigan Corgi. Used to be able to say this was the Corgi with the tail, but of course they've all got tails now. That lovely foxy head. Really important ears, both the set and they're large in proportion to the head. Lovely expression. You can see there the length of the body and the tail like a big fox brush on the back end. Long-backed, but nonetheless balanced and powerful. Free, active movement, and you can see great drive there, turning the corner, dragging my handler all the way around. Perhaps not putting in the best performance, which is a shame. That's better, a little more settled now. Lovely profile.
Mr. Kim Wilson's best of breed winning Cardigan 15679. Tim Matisse.
And this is the Pembroke variety, the Pembroke Welsh Corgi. Doesn't come from Wales, though, it comes from Northern Ireland. Owned by Alan, Sarah and Emily Matthews. The breeder is in the USA, Holpock and Holmes, so a well-travelled little one, this one. 12 cc's to its name. It's fair to say life could never be dull with the Pembroke. Those pricky ears, lovely sharp face, give him an appearance of being interested in everything that is happening. At 6 years old, of course, it's still without the tail. Possessed of a bark that makes you think you're looking at a much larger dog. The coat truly dense, big undercoat. Difficult to imagine a Pembroke feeling the cold. But they like the home comforts as well. So Albert White now, we're going to take a final look around this lovely collection of pastoral dogs. What's he going to pick for his shortlist?
Albert White pulling out, first of all, the Australian Shepherd, the Border Collie. Striding down the line, we've got the bearded collie there as well. The German Shepherd, that'll be popular. And he's taken the Old English Sheepdog, another very popular choice. The gorgeous Sammy, I thought the Samoy put in such a wonderful performance. And the Sheltie, that's an honour. And bringing up the rear, the Cardigan Corgi. So that's our cut. Albert's congratulating everybody else. Of course, they've all won Best of Breed at Crufts. They all go home with a smile on their face, even if they didn't make the final few. But here they are, the Australian Shepherd, the Bearded Collie, the Border Collie, the German Shepherd, the Old English Sheepdog, Lovely Samoyed, the Sheltie, and the little Cardigan Corgi.
Well done, Albert. A very nice selection there. Just 8 in his shortlist. Ab had as many as 10 in the shortlist, but we have 8 there, and Albert's going to give them now another look and another move. So we're going to see the Australian Shepherd move first. This little dog, Paparazzi, just 2 years old, this dog. Come from Hohenthurm in Germany. I think I pronounced that properly. Maria Patzold, handling there in the ring. Lovely movement from this dog.
Followed by the bearded collie, Indy, 4.5 years old. Nick and Angela May's lovely bearded collie. Such a lovely, easy, free stride going around the ring, not ruffled by anything.
And Sylvester, the Border Collie, and getting a great cheer, very popular with the crowd. We have 2 very popular dogs with the crowd here. That will have no effect on Albert, but he will have to make his decision.
Now let's hear it for the German Shepherd.
And the popular German Shepherd dog, Rico, 5 years old now. Such a string of wings, really showing the breed's strength of movement there in the ring.
And here comes Jimmy from Hungary, the Old English Sheepdog.
And I might chance my arm and say this would be my tip. This Samoyed is glorious, all the way from Portugal. Val, I'll be proved wrong in a minute, no doubt, but I think this is such a lovely performance.
It won't be the first time you've been wrong, Jess. It wouldn't be the first time you've been right either. This is the Sheltie. Sid, I love Sid. 4 years old Sid with Debbie Pearson. I like Shelties, I'm very fond of them.
And here we go, the Cardigan Corgi. Mirage, much more relaxed this time round. Really showing that side gate. Doesn't like that corner. That's it, dropping back into his stride now.
So Albert White's shortlist there. These 8 very splendid pastoral dogs. And he's going to make his final decision. I think he'll move over closer to them and take one last look. But he judges often quite quickly. I remember when he's been judging the previous groups here. I don't think he's making a selection here. I think he's just going over a final look down. You can never be sure. But yes, he's going to have another look. So he takes a look at the Australian Shepherd. And now coming back, look at the Beardy. And the Border Collie. Wants to see them from the front. The dog being held the opposite way for him, so he took the other side. That's the German Shepherd, the Old English. Not going down beyond the, so he is. He's not going beyond to the Sammy or the Sheltie. He's giving it to the Old English. The Old English Sheepdog has got the nod. This is Jimmy from Hungary with owner Joseph Koraknai, handled by Zolt Hano in the ring. And it's the Australian Shepherd, which is getting Group 2. Paparazzi, this 2-year-old dog. Oh, I beg your pardon, it's the Beardy. What a silly mistake, Peter. And the German Shepherd gets Group 3, and the Border Collie. I looked down as soon as I thought Albert was going there, so I made a mess of that for you. Well, the winning dog, the Old English Sheepdog, Jimmy, this 4-year-old dog. There he is, the winner of the Pastoral Group, with the Beardy in Group 2, which is Indy, 4.5 years old. The German Shepherd, Rico, Group 3. And the Border Collie, getting Group 4, Sylvester. But no question about the winner. And he was very keen, very sure, going straight to it after a very quick look.
The balance of this dog, absolutely glorious, and what a performance tonight. A worthy winner of our pastoral group. I did get it totally wrong, as always. I'm not a pastoral person.
Listen, I've just named the wrong dog coming through in Group 2. You take your eyes off for a second and things happen in this ring. So, a reiteration there of the winner, the Old English Sheepdog, has taken the top prize in this group, in the pastoral group. What a moment, all the way from Hungary. Presentation being made by Mr. Stan Ford.
Pastoral Group 2, the Cardigan Corgi, about 3-2-2-4. In third spot, the German Shepherd Dog.
A popular result for this very big crowd we've had here on Working and Pastoral Day. Day 3 of Crufts 2012 has found yet another dog to go through to the best in show on Sunday. It is the Old English Sheepdog.
Lovely shot of the head there.
How are you doing, Jimmy? You all right, Jimmy? No, you wouldn't understand that, being Hungarian.
I'd love to have been the Kennel Club official when the registration of the affix came through. Bottom shaker.
Final lap of honour, and there's probably 500 people stayed in the ring. They get up fairly quickly at the end, but they've stayed here around the ring, maybe 1,000, to give applause on this lap of honour. Oh well, not taking a full lap, just do a half lap and run off. But well done. Back to face the cameras behind the scenes. So, ladies and gentlemen, watching on the web, we hope you've had an enjoyable day with us. We've had a great day here. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. I hope you have too. We'll be back tomorrow. We start at 8:30 in the morning. The web, as usual, on YouTube. You'll be able to catch all the action here in the main ring, culminating at the end of the day with Best in Show. But we reiterate for you the two winners today, the Newfoundland and the Old English Sheepdog. Two very big dogs going through to Best in Show on Sunday. We pick up tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning on YouTube. Hope you may join us for some of that time. It's been great being able to talk to you all. We'll see you tomorrow.